Alright, my general response to the video is that social stigma regarding tattoos is not how it was in the past. Tattoos were considered to be regular and unnatural by the baby boomers and the generations before them. They created this image that people with tattoos are rebels, they misbehave, and they break the law. We can clearly see this in movies today and of the past where felons are getting tattoos in jail. Um, it seems though that times are changing, but not necessarily for both genders at the moment. As new generations come along, people are starting to accept and appreciate tattoos as an art. I believe society is changing to accept body art. Um, it has become more accessible and more acceptable in the workplace, although some employers still do not tolerate the artwork and they do require their employees to cover it up. For women with tattoos, I believe society is still finding it hard to accept them as normal, and for men, it's a little more easier to be accepted in society. Much of society's much of society associates tattooed women as sex symbols, and it really depends where the tattoo is located on the body. Society sees these tattooed women as easy, and they look down upon them basically. In the video, this wasn't the case though. These women were mothers. They had their own families. They lived normal lives. And yes, at a first glance, it can be deceiving, but we shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Um, these women are just expressing artwork and their feelings by getting these tattoos. It is true that men with tattoos are more easily accepted in society than women, and this is a social stigma that women still need to overcome. In regards to King Afu, I feel that tattoos in the Tongan community is a symbol of their heritage, and they accept both women and men with tattoos in their culture since it was passed down from generations and generations. Um, King Afu says in the video, I believe he said, tattoos are stories or scripts passed on generation to generation. So basically, it's part of their culture there. It really depends on the culture and whether the social stigma exists within the culture. Um, we can see that we can see obviously that in the Polynesian Islands, the social stigma for tattoos doesn't exist for men or women there. Here in the United States, the social stigma exists, but is necessarily worse or harder for women than it is for men now. Um, I would have to conclude this by saying, that the major factors that influence the social stigma regarding tattoos is the culture that we live in or that the individual lives in and your religion.